Oh yeah, the absolute chaos of Halo Infinite. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what this is all about. This is by Big Boss.
So it's December 2019, and despite a decade of abominations, the last year had seen 343 Industries' apparent change of pace.
Yep.
Their first well-received game, the fixing of the MC.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily play that much Halo Wars 2. Uh I'm pretty sure my brother played it a lot. But yeah, I didn't really dive into Halo Wars 2 all that much. I feel like I should have, because I really enjoyed Halo Wars 1, but I chose not to play Halo Wars 2 for whatever reason. I don't know. Like I was really excited for it when like the first trailers for Halo Wars 2 came out, but apparently I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just really wasn't captivated by it for whatever reason. I'm gonna up the quality because it's at 360p. All right.
CC, and then remastering and bringing Halo 1 through Reach to PC. After a decade.
Yeah, Halo MCC was really rough when it came out. It had one of the worst launches in gaming history. I'm pretty sure. I don't think that was actually well, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, yeah, the Halo MCC's launch was like really rough. It was really not well put together. So yeah, that just I don't know. Again, I don't know. It's just like they had the choice to actually make sure like the because these games ran really well on Xbox 360 and the original Xbox, but I guess putting them together in a like a collection, and I think it was like 2014 when MCC launched. I guess like 343 couldn't actually stand and deliver, and they fumbled what would have been a very easy launch with a very sloppily put together product. That's not to say Halo MCC didn't get better, because it got much better like over time. It took them like 4 years to actually put in the work to make it something great, but I don't know what they were doing for those 4 years. They were putting out Halo 5 Guardians, that's what they were doing, and well, you saw what that game was like. It was not great.
Decade in charge of the franchise, it looked like they were finally getting things right. But back in 2018, they'd given us another bombshell. The next Halo was officially announced at E3.
Halo Infinite, baby.
Amazing.
Yeah, I wanted Halo Infinite to be so much more than what it was, because I don't know, dude. Just removing removing the ability to actually choose your own color. You know, they kind of did a big service to the audience by actually bringing back some elements of the old art style, like the Halo Reach assault rifle in Halo Infinite. Perfect, absolutely insane. But like months after the game was launched and like content was being pushed out at a snail's pace, I was like, we waited. God knows, God know how then brain rot again. I'm sorry. We waited for this for how long? And it's just you gave us that. That's not to say I don't like Halo Infinite, because I do. It's just like you could have been so much more, but you just weren't. It's just really sad to think about. Like, dude, it's just really big oofs. Halo Infinite.
Was that the classic Halo 3 piano note? And the classic helmet?
Yep. Yep.
My god. After a decade of fans begging for a mainline game that actually looked like Halo, it looked like it was actually on the cards.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know why I don't really know, like, for the life of me, why they changed the helmet in Halo 4 and Halo 5 when, like, it's supposed to be Mark 6 armor. I mean, that's supposed to be it doesn't even look, it has like a vague sort of resemblance to Chief's Halo 3 armor. A vague, and I say this with like the most sincerity, vague resemblance to Chief's armor in Halo 3. It didn't do it for me, and it didn't do it for like a lot of other people. So I don't know. It just felt like a kick in the shin, kind of. Yeah.
And at E3 2019, we got our next taste.
Oh my god.
Classic armor, classic music,
Yep.
classic one-liner.
We need to run.
Yeah, I love that armor for Chief. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I'm gonna be, you know, among the masses when I say that. I love that armor. Which, you know, is kind of odd, because I typically love things that, you know, the masses of people typically don't like. Yeah, you know, it's just kind of me being that against the grain sort of guy, but, you know, it is what it is.
No, we need a fight.
This next game was actually looking and sounding like a Halo game.
Yep.
My god.
Okay,
That suit is
that caught me off guard. Alrighty then. Okay. Oh lord.
magnificent.
It looks so good. Dude, that suit looks so sick.
Oh my gosh, that armor!
He looks like Halo 3.
I was one of these people. I just didn't have a platform yet. But I was saying this, like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, hell yes. Hell yes, brother. Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, I was hyped, like these people are. Please take me back to 2018. Because the 2020s have not been good to me. They've not been good to anyone.
343 is also boasting a next-generation slip space engine that they'd built for the future of the franchise. But fast forward to E3 20...
Yeah, dude. I think, like... Because I don't really have a problem, necessarily, with the slip space engine. Just... I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, split screens kind of... Excuse me. I think that's one of the reasons why split screens kind of fell off for Halo, because, you know, it's kind of difficult to adapt certain features into, like, a new engine, which, you know, I feel like they could have actually figured a way to do that, but they chose not to for whatever reason. I don't know, dude, like, I would have loved to play Halo Infinite with my brother. Dude, in the same room. I'm talking about, like, the brother that's, like, 3 years older than me, because, you know. My other brother who streams has, you know, has a lot of other things to do, and he's also a content creator. So, yeah. He might have the time. Like, we could definitely play, because he has a Series S, an Xbox Series S. So him and I could theoretically play Halo Infinite with co-op, because I think it's like cross-gen too. So We could, because, we could play it in the same, like, house, but not in the same room as each other, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's kind of rough, dude.
2020, and it's big.
No split
We
screens.
get another trailer and a ton of details. The game's multiplayer is going free to play, guaranteeing a massive
Which, I feel like more I feel like more like games should definitely do that, where you have the campaign, you have like the campaign in a PvE mode be like the bulk, be like sort of what you pay for, and the multiplayer is just like set aside as free to play. To be honest, I feel like that actually would that help Call of Duty? Because dude, MW3's campaign, like, the MW3 that just launched. God, dude, I saw the Actman's video. I saw his video on the MW3 campaign, like MW3 as a whole. Oh my god, dude. People think that MW2, the modern MW2 that was released like last year, had the worst campaign. Oh my god, dude. I probably would have if I played the MW3 campaign, I probably would have rated it lower than Vanguard. Like not necessarily, because I think Vanguard is actually, yeah. I'm gonna say it. Vanguard would definitely be a better campaign than the MW3 campaign. But yeah, like, I don't know, dude. I just feel like if you're gonna put out garbage, if you're gonna put it out, don't make it premium. Like, don't make it $70+. Yeah, I guess I'm getting off topic. Like, but yeah. The God, what was it? Oh yeah. Multiplayer should be free for a few games in mind. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think, dude. I'm trying to think of what games would actually benefit from. I mean, Overwatch tried to do that with like Overwatch 2 tried to do that, but yeah, they screwed over like a lot of people with canceling the original plans for PvE. So yeah, that kind of just let's just continue, because if I say what I feel about, if I like go into details about how I feel about Overwatch 2 and what Blizzard did last year, I'd probably lose my account. Let's just continue on before I say something I regret.
player base, and it'd be live service for years to come, meaning there'd be a ton of new content, seasons, and battle passes.
Again, like, dude, I don't understand why they removed the ability to actually choose your own colors in place of a palette system. Why would anybody want this? Like, why? I don't get it. They just wanted to sell more crap to you. Like, it's just, oh my god, dude, it's so dumb. It's genuinely so dumb.
Every 3 months. Chris Lee, 343's current studio head for Infinite, is even saying the game would be the platform for the next 10 years of Halo. And yes.
Oh god, if you're going to do that, then please make genuine improvements, and please don't release content at a snail's pace, because like, if you're gonna have like a 10-year plan, make a good 10-year plan. It's just, dude, just don't release content whenever you feel like it. Like, just plan like a bulk load of content and just release that on on like a sort of like monthly basis or like semi-monthly basis, because you know oh god, I'm sorry, sinuses are killing me again. Oh god, give me a sec. I'm sorry to mute for that. Oh. Yep, my bad. But yeah, we should, like I was saying, we shouldn't have to wait like 3 months to get a new weapon or, you know, a new map or mode. That's just ridiculous.
He confirms that split-screen co-op would indeed be in at launch.
Nope.
But most importantly,
Nope.
we find
It wasn't.
a glimpse at Infinite's actual gameplay. However, fans notice something. Those graphics, they don't look great. It's an Xbox Series X launch title, yet they look 360 level. In fact,
I wouldn't say three. I would say like at best maybe like late stage Xbox One in terms of graphics. Actually, probably like mid life Xbox One level graphics. But yeah, dude, I still think in some regard, Halo Infinite does look slightly better than Halo 3. Maybe a little bit less good than Halo Reach. But I don't know, dude. Like my eyes can tell a different story, so that's just my opinion though.
some places, even Halo 3 actually looked better. There are also these weird blocky hexagonal bars.
I mean, hold on a second. Where is... I can't find it now. I mean, I could kind of see, because, you know, lighting and such. But yeah, I'd say like
Also these
Halo Infinite also has pretty good lighting, and this isn't even the final version of Halo Infinite. This is like, I think, a what's the term for it? I think it's like middle point in development. Like, this is just like one of the builds that they showed, where, you know, like they're not almost finished with it, but they were like midway done with it. So I could be completely wrong, and I could just be, you know, rambling on nonsensically, but I don't know, dude. I feel like, you know, both games sort of have their like, they sort of have their strengths and weaknesses. Like, you know, Halo 3 has definitely has better lighting, I'd say. But yeah, Infinite just like has, I guess, I don't know. I don't know what to actually pick out here. Because again, this isn't the final version, so I'd probably have to play Infinite again to actually, you know, get some semblance of an idea. But, you know,
hexagonal bars everywhere that weren't there before, resulting in a map that looks more like a Minecraft world than a next-gen Halo.
I mean, you know, it kind of does. It kind of does, but I guess they wanted to actually, like, you know, enforce the fact that, you know, Zeta Halo was broken, so they just needed a way to show that. And I guess, you know, these hexagonal shapes are kind of just like the way to do that.
The lighting also looks atrocious, the trees unrendered, and the dialogue seems a bit over the top.
Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bear your fang.
Also, a freeze frame on a particularly awful looking brute mid-trailer is screaming.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest meme. Hang on. Oh god, shoot. Come on. Let me see. Let me zoom back in on him. Zoom back in on him. I need to see this. Come on.
Up.
Yeah, this. I remember seeing this in several different forums. Dude, there are even some mods, like for MCC, that pick this out. Oh my god. This face is just like, it's something. It's something.
Uploaded to Twitter and memed instantly.
Yeah, it was Craig. That was an Craig. That was the dude's name. Oh my god, you got Joker, you got Heavy from Team Fortress 2. You got the simplified, like, sort of meme template. Is this supposed to be Reverse Flash? I feel like this is supposed to be like, oh no, it's Homer Simpson. Yeah, it's Homer Simpson. Yeah, that would make more sense. Oh, okay. Oh, and also, yeah, chocolate milk. Thank you, my dude.
Someone at 343 had also forgotten to even animate the chief here. And this game was supposed to be launching in just a few months' time? Dear God, no. Fans had been abused enough.
Yeah, I feel like if this had launched in like 2018 or even 2019, it would definitely be another laughing stock along with Halo 5. So thankfully it released when it did, but you know, it still wasn't perfect when it did release, so.
And now this brute is popping up all over the place. This here? This looks diabolical. Please, just delay the game, fans beg. But being a launch title for the Series X, this seemed like a pipe dream at best. However,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks after E3, and Microsoft actually caves in.
Yeah. I also forgot to talk about, you know, E3 kind of died, like, after the pandemic sort of struck. Yeah, RIP, because, you know, they've permanently shut E3 down. That's old news, but, you know, it's still kind of wild, because E3 was like one of the conventions that me and my brother wanted to go to, but we never actually, because dude, like, honestly, I was in high school, he was like away in college. There's no way realistically that was going to happen like then. But you know, the oh god, pandemic along with you know, a lot of other factors, like, you know, companies actually having their own sort of showcases, and, you know, things like, you know, PAX still existing, and like a lot of these other conventions to where, you know, studios and such will come out to like showcase their products whenever they get the chance to. Yeah, that's kind of what actually killed E3. Just the pandemic was the perfect storm, like the catalyst for that to kind of happen. So, you know, sad to think about, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, okay. The game does look a bit atrocious. You're right. They then make an unprecedented move. Sorry guys, the game is delayed by a year. Meaning it wasn't going.
Yeah, that was definitely the best option for them, because, you know, again, if they released it 2019, 2018, would have been absolute train wreck. And just like another failure aside, like a lot to just like be thrown aside with, you know, Halo 5 and whatnot. Yeah, that would have been bad, but thankfully it got delayed, and you know, it wasn't complete trash.
Going to make the launch date of the new Xbox. It's around this time that some other Microsoft dev studios are also rumoured to join on to help 343. Okay.
Yeah, the
this
code.
development
Hang
does
on,
not sound
hang on. I want to go back and actually look at this.
a year, meaning it wasn't going to make the launch date of the new Xbox. It's around this time that some
Yeah, level artists from the Coalition and assist environment artists from EA. Yeah, they were really bringing on like anybody to help them with this. I didn't know all this. Yeah, it was really an all hands on deck situation, I guess. Wow.
Some other Microsoft dev studios are also rumoured to join on to help 343. Okay, this development was not sounding good,
Yep.
but at least they weren't rushing it out. Microsoft was going to make sure this game was good. Infinite studio head Chris Lee is given the boot instantly, and Joe Staten,
Yep.
Bungie's head writer for Halo 1 through Reach, joins the team to help fix the clear clusterfuck going on behind the scenes. This man is the father of Halo's story,
That looked
so
it
naturally,
looked
fans.
really rough at some point. I have to say.
And with that, 343 returns to the shadows. A few months go by, and in early 2021, 343 comes back. And they're now claiming Halo Infinite is content complete, and that they were now just refining stuff. Fans
Content complete. That's for what we got. That's not the phrase I would use. That's definitely not the phrase I would use. Like, I'm just saying, like, you were missing a lot of features that were promised. Like, split screens was promised back like after the Halo 5 debacle. It still wasn't there on launch, so I don't think you can necessarily call it feature complete. There was also like a crapload of other things missing, especially like from multiplayer. They didn't have a Slayer playlist initially, which I'm pretty sure this guy's going to talk about. But yeah, this was a big oof. Big oofs in the chat, boys.
are rubbing their hands together. We get more trailers at E3 2021, including a look at the multiplayer, and the game is given a solid release date. December 8th, 2021. From E3 onwards, radio silence.
Yep.
No news anywhere.
Yep. I remember, seeing that message, like, that it was feature complete, content complete, and, it was gonna be dropping at some point. Didn't hear a single peep after that. Nothing. Not a single word out of this company. That was definitely a sign where, yeah, we should definitely be concerned about, about this game. Because if they ain't saying anything, they're trying to hide something. That was my philosophy. And hide things, they most certainly did.
So people online are resorting to the next natural source. Mega Bloks sets. See,
What?
Halo Infinite was supposed to release in 2020, and thus the Mega Bloks sets were supposed to launch just after the game. But due to the delay,
Oh, they didn't.
for the game, and turns out, they're giving us more info on the game than the trailers themselves. However,
Oh my
in August
god.
20
Dude, I used to collect Halo Mega Bloks when I was in middle school. So, like, I want to say like 2013, 2014. Yeah, like that was my those are my Legos essentially. Like, how a lot of people grew up with Legos and whatnot. Yeah, Mega Bloks were my Legos. And that was just I also had like Lego Star Wars stuff too when I was a lot younger, but I had a real fixation on like Halo Mega Bloks. They were a lot of fun to like mess around with and whatnot. God, dude, like I'm just like now I'm reminiscing on like simpler times. And, I'm gonna continue before I actually have a mental breakdown.
2021, just a few months before launch, and 343 has an announcement. We know it was the very first thing we said about the game, and we promised it all the way back in 2017. But no co-op campaign for Infinite at launch.
God damn it. I remember that. I remember getting that. I remember seeing that on Twitter. I was like, oh, you've got to be freaking kidding me, dude. Like, really? It's not going to be available on... Bro, you were touting this ever since Halo 5. Ever since the launch of Halo 5, you're like, look, yeah, we know it was a mistake that this game isn't going to ship with a split screen campaign. Next game we make, next Halo game we make, you bet yourself there's going to be split screens. 100%. You have our word. It didn't come at launch, and apparently it's not coming now, so that was an effing lie.
Of the game's second season of content, 3 months after launch. Forge is also delayed. That would now be coming in Season 3.
Yeah, Forge beta, like, dude, that was just really ridiculous when I saw that too. Like, dude, every Halo game post OG Halo 2 had Forge mode. Even Halo 2 Anniversary had Forge mode. And like I say that excluding ODST because that was just an extension of Halo 3. But yeah, like I just it's not gonna ship with Forge mode. Even Halo 5 shipped with Forge mode, I'm pretty sure. And you're telling me like Infinite's not going to, like, excuse me? Like, dude, this was just... Infinite had a messy launch, too. It wasn't as bad as MCC, but it was pretty friggin' messy, dude.
6 months after launch. Jesus Christ. This is just a few months after they'd said the game was content complete.
Yeah, again, that was a freaking lie. We got bamboozled. We all had the wool pulled over our eyes. Oh my god. Masters of Deception. The tricksters.
3 months later, and it's November 12th, around a month before launch. Rumours are spreading, and word on the street is the multiplayer portion of the game will be out on Halo's 20th anniversary.
Yep, they surprise dropped that. I didn't... Like, people along with myself were expecting, to have to wait, on the actual release day, and maybe it wouldn't even come then. Maybe they would delay it again. But they dropped the multiplayer when they said they would on November 15th, and wasn't perfect, but it wasn't terrible. I had fun with it when I did. Like, my first few actual genuine videos on Halo Infinite were multiplayer, aside from like a stream highlight video I did with playing the first mission of the Halo Infinite campaign. But yeah, I say first video, like, for AceTheAO, because the channel that I had, let's just say I unlisted those videos and then, deleted them. They were AMVs, by the way. I kind of wish I didn't. I kind of wish I just kept them unlisted, but, what's done cannot be undone.
People are doubtful, but the day comes, and it actually drops. 3 weeks before Infinite's official launch. 6 years of development, and hundreds of millions of dollars. And we're now on the cusp of seeing the next 10 years of Halo.
I mean... Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna keep this going for like next 10 years. They're probably gonna pull like a Destiny 1 thing and just drop another game within like the next 10 years, give or take. That's just my opinion, but it could. I feel like it's definitely something that they're gonna do.
But before that, do you like tanks? Well, in World of Tanks,
Oh my god,
they're everywhere.
sponsor.
Artillery tanks, light tanks, medium tanks, heavy tanks. Over 800 tanks.
In my opinion, I enjoy I enjoy War Thunder a lot better than World of Tanks. That's just my opinion. I like War Thunder a little bit better than I like World of Tanks. Keep in mind, both those games are just games I play to kill time. Yeah. And for future sponsor purposes, I love both games. Please play both games. I love them so much. World of Tanks, War Thunder, please sponsor me when I actually pop off. If I ever do that, if I ever pop off, please, thank you. Please and thank you. I love you.
All completely historically accurate. Playing World of Tanks is simple. Just get in your tank, hit the clutch, and go. Fight up to 15 enemy players in intense online battles, with multiple ways to play. Hang back and snipe, or run up the front line with your friends and go ham. And you can rag your tank through fields.
Yeah, I think the reason I like War Thunder better than World of Tanks is because, I think there's respawns in there's respawns in War Thunder. I don't think there's respawns in World of Tanks. I think it's just like you get eliminated, you're done sort of thing. Which is kind of weird because I seldom enjoy playing battle royales, but I don't know. World of Tanks, it's just kind of a disconnect for me.
Forests, deserts, and cities in over 40 different arenas. So many maps, so many tanks. And World of Tanks is free to play. Wait, are those free tanks? Yep. A tier 5 Excelsior.
Yep.
200
You get free stuff.
credits, 7 days premium access, and 3 rental tanks for 10 battles each. New players can get them by signing up with the invite code TANKMANIA through the Wargaming portal, or going to this link in the description and comments.
The reason I didn't skip the ads is because, it's rude to skip ads, apparently. So yes, please support your content creators and play War Thunder. I mean, World of Tanks, goddammit. Oh my god. Well, I'm officially not getting sponsored by one of them. That one being World of Tanks. Not like they would ever sponsor me anyway, but
People log on and start playing. And wait, the game was actually good?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't terrible. It was just right. It was just it was just hitting that sweet spot where it wasn't openly atrocious, but it was good enough to keep your attention, and it was actually, in some aspects, it was actually fun. It was it was still kind of sucked that there wasn't a dedicated Slayer playlist, but it wasn't terrible. The gameplay itself was not terrible.
God. After 10 years, Halo fans breathe a sigh of relief. Now going into making this game, 343 had a slight problem. By completely neglecting what Halo actually was and just doing their own thing for the past 10 years, they'd cultivated a whole new fan base that had only really been around for the newer games. Meaning 2 portions of their fan base wanted completely different things.
Yeah, that's really rough. Like, Call of Duty has the same issue where, a lot of people, like post MW 2019, a lot of like newer players that never played a COD game before loved it, and OGs who played, like the OG MW3, Black Ops 2, they didn't really enjoy it, so there was kind of, infighting between the two sides of the fan base, and COD is still kind of suffering from that, unfortunately. Why can't we all just learn to get along? I mean, I know we want different things, but still, we're hurting the studios that we are passionate about.
It was now increasingly difficult to please both. How could they bring back Halo while maintaining their new fanbase? Well, with Infinite, they'd tried their best.
Yeah,
And it worked. Sprint is still there for the newer fans.
yeah, I'd say it. Yeah, I'd say it worked. Let's move on.
But it's heavily nerfed, and a lot slower. Aspects of Halo 5's advanced movement is also there, but instead of everyone having it by default,
Yeah.
some pieces of it are now scattered across the sandbox in the form of in-game equipment pickups. Similar
Great that they did that.
maps like Behemoth are also a return to the classic Halo aesthetic and layout, and the grapple hook equipment quickly becomes a fan favourite. The campaign is widely praised.
I still wish that they kind of remastered a few maps. Like, I feel like if they put Guardian in the game from Halo 3, a lot of people would friggin' love it, dude. They put God, what was that? Was that map in Halo 3? It was a training facility, and it was like that map in Halo 3. I'm blanking on the name. Oh god, what was it called? It wasn't Rat's Nest, it was... I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, I remember seeing that map in Halo Infinite, and yeah, it was pretty freaking cool. I feel like they should make more remasters of, like, OG maps. I'm pretty sure Countdown from Reach was also a map that was remastered in Infinite, but I don't really know what else they did. Like, I don't know what other remasters that they did for this game, so.
The old music? Check. The old art style? Check. One-liners?
Doesn't that scare you?
No.
Check.
Mhm.
Its story is also a lot more grounded and Halo-esque than both the previous games, and basically ditches Halo 5's plotline entirely. It's also completely open world, and a ton of fun. It looked like 343 had finally done it. Made an actual Halo game.
But as the old saying goes from Halo 3, were it so easy.
It's not uncommon to see people online even saying it's the best gameplay Halo's ever had. Massive player numbers flood in immediately. Xbox claims 20 million on launch day. Halo's biggest launch to date. Also, turns out that this year, COD, and especially Battlefield,
Yeah, that was the worst year for both. COD and Battlefield. Oh my god. 2042, they just lost the plot for 2042. Like Battlefield. Portal was a great idea. It was executed not terribly, but it was not impressive. I mean, I feel like they could have done so much more with Portal. But they dropped the ball essentially, and they're putting out content for 2042 at a snail's pace. Not too dissimilar from Halo Infinite, but still. Yikes.
weren't looking too hot. So
And yeah, again, I'm not gonna dissect Vanguard just yet. Anyway, I very well could, but nah, not really planning on doing that right now.
So much so that an EA executive blames Halo Infinite for 2042's awful sales and player numbers in an internal meeting. The sentiment was almost unanimous.
I forgot that they did that.
Had knocked it out the park. Oh yeah,
Oh god.
Halo was back on top. However,
Yep.
issues slowly start to rear their head.
Like the Arbiter said in Halo 3, were it so easy. Were the road to success so easy?
First off, 343 had called the multiplayer's early launch a multiplayer beta. Turns out, that was a bit misleading. Everyone has permanent access to it, All progress carries over to the full release.
Yep.
And it included all of the full release's online maps and content.
The funny thing is, Halo Infinite did have a beta. It did have an open beta. I played it a bit. It was fun. But like calling the release an open beta really just didn't make sense, because my guys, you had a beta. People played it. I played it. Like, what are you talking about, open beta?
Content. So when the full game releases 3 weeks later with no new multiplayer content, players are confused. I thought that was a beta.
Yeah, if this is a beta, like just think about it like it was just think about like how people felt like then when you know, like, it released on the 15th, multiplayer released on the 15th. Just think about that. Yeah, so like they're probably like, all right, so if this is a beta and the game is out now, can we have the full game? Like, can we have the full experience, please? It's just 343 really bungled it.
Where's the new stuff? If this is the full online experience, this game is woefully underpacked.
Yep.
This was to be the start of many issues. First things first, Halo Infinite's online is free to play, therefore relying entirely on microtransactions to fund itself.
Yeah, that's a downside. Like, they'll just over monetize everything if it's free to play, which, to be fair, it's alright. I don't have a problem with indie companies doing that, like companies that aren't as big as 343 or, Activision, Blizzard, or EA. Like, yeah, if you're an indie studio putting out a free-to-play game, you're gonna need some type of monetary support for it in the long term. So yeah, a few of like the AA and indie studios will make microtransactions to actually fund the project, them being able to continue the project. That's fine. It's just, I don't know, it's just something about AAA companies doing, like, trying to do the same thing and, like, just doing it the wrong way that just rubs me the wrong way. I'm sorry, it's just like, dude, like, come on now.
This leads to incredibly egregious monetization practices. First, the game uses a rotating in-game store for cosmetics. This would normally be fine, but in Infinite, the prices are absolutely insane.
Why can't more games just do this like Titanfall 2 did it? Like, okay, you could have a system where you buy premium currency. Yeah, don't make the shop rotate. Like, dude, just do it like Titanfall 2, where you actually get to see what you buy and it doesn't really rotate. Like, you're able to just buy it whenever you want to. Like, it's not whenever you're able to, in air quotes. Like, just, I don't understand why that would be so hard to do. Like, just make a library where you could buy whatever you want. And it's simple. It's easy. You don't need to have it you just need to have it rotate. Oh, it's just so, it just hurts my brain to think about, dude.
$20 for a single piece of armor? I'll take 5, please. Then there's
no thanks.
currently the game's only form of progression. Now, there's no general XP system in place for this battle pass. Getting kills, completing games, playing the objective.
I don't get that either. Like, I don't get, why can't your in-game, like, progress and achievements be rewarded with XP? Like, why are they not doing that? Like, do you have any idea how much easier and how much easier you would make people's lives if you just did that? And not just have it to where you need to play a certain amount of games in a certain time to, go up a tier on like a battle pass. Just have it mirror your in-game like progress. I don't understand. Why are more games not doing that? It's so exhausting, dude.
Gives you absolutely nothing.
This is worthless.
The only way to actually get XP...
Yeah, like 50 XP a match, dude. And you know what? If you want to go up... Yeah, obviously if you want to go up in the battle pass, you gotta break out your wallet and just, like, brute force your way through it. But why would you want to do that? It's ridiculous, dude.
Up the battle pass is by completing random, tediously specific challenges.
Yeah, or that.
Like 3 banshees destroyed, 5 ghosts destroyed, or the fan favorite.
Who has time to do that? Like, I mean, like, who would want to go out of their way to do that? I mean, like, there are points in the Halo Infinite game when I want to avoid going up against a banshee, or I want to avoid going up against a ghost. I don't understand. Like, why make the challenges so needlessly complicated? It doesn't make sense to me. It genuinely doesn't.
Favorite 5 shade turret kills.
Yeah, who uses shade
The
turrets?
challenge system also results in, instead of playing objectives, everyone in the game beelining for specific weapons,
Yep.
vehicles, or focusing on incredibly niche ways to kill people. Decimate.
What movie was that from? What movie was that from? Oh my god.
Literally, this challenge system.
I didn't see that
also
again.
results in, instead of playing.
I didn't see that again.
Everyone in the game beelining for specific weapons, vehicles, or focusing on incredibly
Just picks up a corn cob
niche ways.
and stabs him in the back. Oh my god! I need to know what movie that's from.
People. Decimating team play and
It's
resulting
so
in people
stupid,
leaving
but it's
games
so
all the
funny.
time. Also, you can only progress on a few challenges at a time. So if they're difficult, good luck ranking up. Even if
Yeah.
they're not incredibly arduous and you
I'm surprised they didn't do this either. Just drink water. A few of you people who come across this video might need that advice. Just stay hydrated, my guy.
do end up actually completing them. There's only so many challenges per day, meaning you'll quickly run out, and then there's literally no incentive to play the game. This results in the Battle Pass, the only form of progression, taking an insane amount of time to complete. Luckily, 343 have thought this through, and has our backs. Difficult challenges?
Did they?
Simply buy the challenge swaps from the store for $2 a pop.
Yeah, that's...
343 is also
They put challenge swaps and boosts in the store. I forgot about that. What a brain-dead decision. Like... They couldn't just make it easier on us and just give us a better XP system. They had to just make something to try to shaft us again. It's I don't understand that, dude. I genuinely don't understand that.
using a core system for Infinite. This means that armor pieces are locked to different bases. Unlock a
Thankfully, thank God that they actually changed that recently. Now you can use whatever sort of armor you want to use on any type of core. So you could use the Mark V helmet on a Chimera core. If you know what I'm saying, if you still play Halo Infinite. You could do whatever you want, essentially. If they would only let us choose our own friggin' colors now.
a few cool pieces of armor on one core, well, they're staying on that core. What's worse, armor pieces are locked to cores for players in-game, but cross-core pieces show in the Halo Waypoint app, as well as on the multiplayer bots.
But yeah, like what? Huh? What? What do you mean?
coatings. In previous games, all customization was free and unlockable, apart from some DLC ones in 4. And at the absolute core...
Wait, did they... They actually did that in Halo 4. I didn't play much Halo 4 multiplayer, but they actually did that. They actually put DLC. Hang on.
All customization was free and unlockable, apart from some DLC.
Oh my god, they actually did this. Jesus H. Christ. Oh my god. Like I don't understand. Why would you want This was when DLC was commonplace. Like, this was Xbox 360, so I kind of understand. At the same time, that's just so stupid, dude. That's just incredibly stupid.
1s and 4. And at the absolute core of that free customization, your Spartan's color scheme. Simply choose your Spartan's colors.
Yeah.
For Infinite, 343 decides to mix things up.
They decide to give us palettes instead of actually letting us choose our own freaking color.
How about we take all the colors away,
Yep.
create a few pre-packaged color schemes,
Mm-hmm.
and sell them in the battle pass
Yep.
for $5.
They did that. They did that, and... Oh my god. Bro, like... What the f... How can you butcher customization so vapidly and just, like, blatantly? Oh my god, dude, I just don't understand. Why would they do this? Why, God, why?
A few coatings are free by default, some unlocked via the campaign, and some through the battle pass. But the rest are sold at absurd prices through the store. Also, let's lock the coatings to each core as well.
They did that too. They undid that along with, you know, the armor core sort of thing. So yeah, you could use whatever coating you want on any type of armor. Thank God that they did that too. Like, it's... Bro.
Spent $5 on the color blue on one core. Unlucky son. Also, some different coatings are literally exactly the same. Then there's the game's features. A lot of them don't actually work. Custom games, completely broken. You can't select random as a loadout weapon. You can't set default loadout equipment. You can't choose whether you want a team or free-for-all game. It's also...
Surprisingly, one of the things I didn't have any sort of problem with was the actual theater mode itself. And I used theater mode to actually do my thumbnails for, you know, when I did Halo Infinite videos. You know, like, I just, you know, position the camera, get a certain frame. I snap a screenshot of it, and I throw that into, you know, image editor or whatnot, and I get a thumbnail. That was like the easiest way of doing it for me. But yeah, that was like the only mode that I didn't really have an issue with. There were some other, you know, features that were kind of rough.
incredibly hard
Well, I think
to
we'll
actually
explain it.
save your new game types. Custom games is a feature that worked flawlessly in Halo 2 back in 2004. Theater, also completely broken. There are two...
Really? Like, dude, I didn't have any sort of problem with theater mode. Like, that may have just been, like, my experience with it, but I didn't have any sort of issue. I was able to access it rather easily. Maybe it's just, like, a case-by-case basis where, you know, certain people don't have any issue with it, but, you know, other people do. I don't know. I was able to use theater mode effortlessly. Maybe y'all had like a different experience. If you did, let me know. Let me know down below or in the chat, because I'm probably posting this to YouTube. Yeah, my an actual genuine reaction video for the first time in like that's for like the first time. It's not a not just a compilation. Yeah, but yeah, back on topic. I didn't really have any issue with theater mode. Maybe other people did, but to me, didn't really have an issue.
Too many issues to go into here, but the gist is this. Theatre just flat out doesn't work. This is a feature that worked
did for
flawlessly
me.
in Halo 3 back in 2007. Ranked play is laughably lenient on ranks, meaning a wave of room temperature IQ players flood the highest ranks in droves. Also, if you lag out or disconnect from a ranked game, there's literally no option for you to join back. And
Yeah, that was another big problem. I didn't play ranked, but I know, but you know, I have some people in, you know, my a community that I'm part of. Like I'm friends with some of them. Some of those guys play ranked, and you know, they said you know, like rank was just busted. Like it wasn't just the disconnections; it was a slew of other issues that, you know, I don't remember specifically, but yeah, dude, rank was bugged, dude.
Speaking of disconnecting, that'll be happening a lot, because 343 Industries' networking code is absolutely abhorrent.
Yeah, I imagine that's what their actual server room looking like.
What happens on the server and on your
then
side
anyway.
are completely different. Big team battle is massively unbalanced, as both teams get vehicle drops periodically through the game. Here's the problem with that. They're just, like, completely random. Your team just got dropped a mongoose? Unlucky. The other team's just been dropped a massive tank.
God, I think Halo 4's rec system was more balanced than that. Not ordnance. I think Halo 4's ordnance system was more balanced than that. Halo 5 had the rec system for their Warzone mode, which, you know, if you like Warzone in Halo 5, you liked it, and if you didn't, you didn't. But yeah, I think Halo 4's like ordnance was definitely more balanced than, you know, just one team getting dropped something that's far superior to when another team is dropped. I don't know. That shit, like, that just seems very broken.
This is yet to be addressed to this day, by the way. The UI, well, it's just incredibly slow. Just going into the customization menu often takes more than 20 seconds.
I still have an issue with UI from time to time. It's not as bad as it was at launch, but it's still not perfect. It still has a lot of issues. I don't know.
And the main menu alone almost takes 100% usage of your GPU. A lot of people even report their PCs getting hotter in the main menu than the actual game. Bugs-wise, the game's actually okay, most being small, even entertaining glitches. So Infinite's core gameplay itself, solid. Literally everything else, absolutely terrible. The network, the engine, the storefront, the content timeline, progression, everything.
Yeah, dude, I remember back when, you know, like the roadmap was released. Dude, we had to wait till April 2022 to get the DMR. Which, you know, my opinion, I feel like Halo Infinite should have definitely had a much bigger sandbox than what it had. I mean, dude, where's the SMG? Where's the saw? Where's the railgun? You got the Hydra launcher. You know, you got the what was it? The Commando, the VK-87 or whatever the hell it was called. Yeah, you have the Commando. Where is the pump action shotgun? Like, why do we just have the Bulldog? The Bulldog sucks. We should have had a much better, like, especially after Halo 5 in Halo 4, we should have had a much bigger sandbox of weapons to choose from. Oh my god. Especially since, you know, the Banish is the main enemy. I feel like they should have had, you know, at least the Brute plasma rifle from Halo 2 and Halo 3 ODST. I don't know, dude. It's just I feel like they dropped the ball in the sandbox, and just there's a good amount of weapons, but just like not some of the fan favorites, and not like a lot that I enjoy.
Everything sucks. And then there were the missing features.
Yep.
The game's content, bare. No new
Bare
vehicles,
bones.
and barely any maps. It launches with 10. Halo 2 launched with 12. And again, that was back in 2004. Also, a lack of basic community and lobby features, no stats or career page, no...
Yep. No post-game lobbies, no... I think there was voice chat, it's just like... I think it was just like very restricted. Yeah, there's not a lot of, you know, core features that you would expect in a Halo game, or an FPS game for that matter. Yeah, it's just kind of sad to look back at it, because, you know, you wish it would have been better, but nope.
assassinations, a thing that's been in Halo since Reach.
Yeah, no, that's something that I didn't understand. No assassinations? That was one of my favorite parts of Halo Reach, Halo 4, and it was one of the redeeming qualities of Halo 5. And they're absent from Infinite for God knows whatever reason. I don't understand, dude. I don't understand the disconnect. It's just you had so much right out in front of you that you didn't use. You didn't use any sort of reference point from like these older games. At least it feels like they didn't, because you missed a ton of features that would have been great. That would have been proper mainstays, but I guess you decided to forego that for like God knows whatever reason, and Halo Infinite just felt neutered, like when it was first released. It just felt like you could have been something, but they chopped your balls off.
No infection game mode, no region selection, no...
Yeah, this was the second year in a row that... This is the second... Not second year in a row. This was like the second game in a row that didn't have infection to start off with. That came like 2 seasons later. Yeah, it was just... Wow.
player collision, no Forge at launch, and finally, no anti-cheat on PC. This is in the year 2021, on a free-to-play game.
You gotta have anti-cheat, especially if you're a free-to-play game. Like, there are so many free-to-play games on Steam that learn this the hard way. And, you know, nobody wants to play those because there are cheaters out the wazoo. I think a good actual example of like an indie studio neglecting anti-cheat would have to be High Res with Rogue Company, because Rogue Company was a really good third-person like sort of objective-based shooter. It was really good. Like, there are a lot of people that loved Rogue Company, and I guess the reason people fell out of love with it was because, you know, cheating got really bad, not just on PC, but on console too. Like, you got, like, multiple different people using God knows whatever cheating software that's used. And, yeah, Rogue Company is kind of dead in the water right now. Hi-Res isn't even, like, doing anything to fix it, I'm pretty sure, so... Another big F in the chat for a great game.
Oh, there's also no way to report players in-game.
Nope.
When it comes to the campaign, Infinite was touted to be similar to Bungie's original vision of Combat Evolved. Open world, completely explorable, and free roam.
God, imagine open world Imagine an open world Combat Evolved on the original Xbox. Would it have been good? I mean, I feel like it probably would have been decent, but you know, it would have been decent, probably wouldn't have been as critically acclaimed as the actual Combat Evolved was, but hey, would have been interesting to see.
Naturally, this got people excited, and when it released, the campaign was quite highly rated. But
Yep.
slowly, surely, complaints arise here too. First off, the game starts off with a cutscene showing a massive battle that looks more exciting than the rest of the campaign combined. And the game...
Yeah, if it kept that same energy, dude, I feel like you would have a lot more positive, like, reviews. Like, you would have, like, a lot more, you know, 4.5 or even, like, 5-star reviews for, Infinite, but, you know, it just couldn't keep that energy that a cutscene had, so... Yeah. I guess it is the way it is.
game ends on a cliffhanger just as
Yep.
things start to get interesting.
That's it?
Then there's the
I'm still holding out for DLC along with like God knows how many other people, because yeah, the ending just wasn't really satisfactory. I mean, yeah, you killed like the if you haven't played Halo Infinite, like what are you doing, dude? If you haven't played the campaign. But yeah, I'm gonna drop this anyway. When you kill the Harbinger, I think her name was, yeah, it didn't really feel satisfactory. Like, it didn't feel satisfactory. Was that proper aim? I don't know. Again, like, I don't know, guys. But yeah, it didn't really feel satisfying. Brain rot, again, I'm sorry. It didn't really feel satisfying, because, you know, it didn't feel like a proper main boss. Like, I feel like Escharum would have been, like, a better final boss, but apparently he wasn't, so... yeah. It's, like, the end game of, like, the ending, like, near end for, endgame, would endgame be the right term? Yeah, the endgame for, like, Halo Infinite just didn't really feel proper. That's just my opinion, though.
the open world. Most players agree. It adds little to the game and makes for less set pieces and memorable scenes. There's also only one biome in the entire game, a grassy forest.
Yep.
Each mission feels samey and sort of blends into the next one, compared to prior Halos where most missions are distinct from the last.
Yeah, dude, like, imagine, like, you know, you're fighting in those, like, forests, those plains, sort of, and then, you know, you go to another biome and it's a swamp, or you go, like, to another biome and it's snowy mountains. Imagine if they did that instead of, you know, just one single biome. That would have opened the door for, like, so many different possibilities. I don't know why they didn't do that. I guess, you know, because time restrictions, like, making like multiple different biomes would be like very time consuming, and they had to get this out on a certain schedule. But yeah, I don't know. That would have been like absolutely amazing if they did that. But if they didn't have the time, I could probably understand that.
Also, once you actually get into the open world, performance absolutely nosedives.
Yep.
The graphics in the full game are better than what was shown in 2020, but still leaves a lot to be desired. The lighting is especially bad. Then there's no mission replay. If you want to replay a mission, you literally have to restart the whole game again. And
They fixed that too. You can actually replay missions now. Thank God for that. Yeah, it's just like this. All of this should have been like day one stuff, like day one priorities. You know, like, you gotta make missions replayable. You gotta, you know, we gotta have armor cores be universal. We gotta have armor colors being universal. We gotta have all this stuff, and it took them like months to a year to actually get all that sort of figured out. And I don't even think they have like everything figured out just yet. I feel like there's still a lot more missing that we aren't seeing, or that we're seeing and they aren't going to fix, or they haven't gotten to fix yet. Dude, they made the ship, but they missed several key points, and there's a bunch of holes in it. And if you don't want the ship to sink, you gotta have all the pieces, and you have all the pieces put properly. I tried making an analogy, but it kind of fell flat. I'm sorry.
And worst of all, still no campaign co-op.
Yep.
This was literally the first thing announced for the game by the head of 343 Industries.
They
back in
promised it,
2017.
and
For any FPS going out forward, we will always have split screen in going forward.
People grab their pitchforks
Nope.
and take to
No, they
Twitter
didn't.
Reddit. They are angry. The list of complaints is seemingly endless, but a big one sticks out. There are all these game modes, but they're all jammed into a single playlist. Quick play, meaning we can't actually choose.
Yep, no dedicated Slayer playlist, no big team. Actually, I think Big Team Battle was there. Yeah, no dedicated Slayer playlist, no, domination or whatnot. They were all crammed into quick play. If you wanted to play Slayer, you had to play quick play and hope to God you got into a Slayer match. People don't like unnecessary coin flips. And it felt like an unnecessary coin flip. It didn't feel right. Yeah.
What to play. Want to just play Slayer? Unlucky. You have a random 1 in 4 chance every time you search for a game. Oh look, another game of Oddball. How fun.
Yeah.
People demand answers, and 343 is forced to come out with a statement. Hey, so about those playlists. Well, we have UI limitations.
UI limitations.
My brother in Christ, you made the UI. What are you talking about limitations for?
Like, what do you mean UI limitations? You made Oh my god. I still can't believe that they said this. UI limitations. Like, dude, isn't this something that you designed? And you're saying you can't fix it. Oh my god.
Game right now, and they affect the way and number of playlists that can be shown. As for Slayer itself, we're still having discussions around feasibility.
What are you talking about, feasibility? Just make a dedicated Slayer playlist. How is that so difficult to do? Oh my god. If you were able to figure out how to launch this game properly, well, actually no, you weren't, because you still have a lot of issues going on with it. But if you were able to actually launch it, you could fix it. Just make a dedicated Slayer playlist. How difficult would that be? Apparently to them, incredibly difficult.
The feasibility of a team deathmatch playlist? UI limitations for an additional playlist? On a game that was supposed to be the next 10 years of Halo.
The next 10 years look absolutely terrifying. Oh boy. How could they do this to Halo Infinite? Like, how could they fumble the bag so vehemently? I don't even know if that word works there, but I just can't piece together proper vocabulary to describe my actual... I don't know, dude.
This, of course, is memed instantly. Want more maps added to the game? Sorry guys, UI can't handle it. Fixing the horrific servers? Nah. That UI, bro. Better store prices? Can't do it. The UI. literally just an XP.
It's all the UI's fault, and it's not their fault because apparently they didn't create the UI. The UI was created by the so and so corporation. That apparently is under the wing of 343. Yeah, it's not our fault. It's not our fault at 343 here. No, it's not our fault. We didn't create the UI. No, certainly not us. It's just ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous, man.
P system. UI. People are pissed.
Yeah.
The UI comment was the tipping point, and it all comes to a head. The Halo subreddit explodes with rage, and is subsequently locked down. However,
when you have to lock down a subreddit because people are so, you know, pissed off about this, you know you're screwing up. Like, you know you're doing something very wrong. It's just it's you did it to yourself. You done goofed. You done diddly goofed, and you did this to yourself.
in mid-December, 343 comes out and has a little something to show off. Turns out, behind the scenes, they'd been working on the impossible. After hours upon hours of work, the UI could finally handle it. And
God bless. God bless. Oh my god. It's just wild that they went through so many hoops just to get this working properly. It's crazy to think about.
and an actual playlist for Slayer launches. My god, a miracle. They also remove some of the harder challenges in rotation,
Yep.
so that it's actually possible to advance in the season pass. And with that, they kiss goodbye and log off for the Christmas holidays.
They still, at that point, they still didn't actually, like, do a whole lot to mitigate, like, XP issues, because, you know, I'm pretty sure you only could have done, like, a certain amount of challenges before, like, you would get, you know, blocked off permanently until the next day or whatever. So, yeah, they didn't do much to actually fix that, but I guess it's slow and steady.
A month later, and in mid-January, 343 comes back from holiday. It's back to work, and they've got a lot of it. At this point, they'd managed to add a couple of standard playlists to the game. A massive feat indeed. But they had all of the other issues to fix too. And turns out, now even more problems are brewing. See, ever since fully launching on December 8th, the game itself had slowly, bit by bit, just been breaking. Big Team Battle is now outright unplayable.
I think I stopped playing Halo Infinite for like a brief time and after this, because I didn't really know about, you know, Big Team Battle not being playable. Then again, I didn't really play much Big Team Battle because, you know, apparently, like, Big Team Battle was when I performed the absolute freaking worst, and that's just, you know, the par for the course from me playing Halo. Like, it doesn't matter what entry I play, I will get stomped in Big Team Battle. That is a guarantee. So, like, that's partly the reason why I don't play it, but, you know, I didn't know that Big Team Battle was, like, busted at like one point.
For some reason. Either crashing immediately, kicking your mates out before starting, or just not starting at all. And the netcode and lag across all games is absolutely awful.
Yeah, I didn't really get a lot of crash to dashboards, because, you know, I play on console. So yeah, crash dashboard, crash desktop, essentially interchangeable terms, both CTD. But, you know, I didn't really have a lot of issues with that, like, prior to this, nor, like, before this, so Yeah, it might have just been like for PC players.
And getting worse. The servers degrade to the point where people are experiencing multiple seconds of desync. They deploy a big team battle network,
Yeah, that's bad.
but it fails to improve anything. It's so bad, they consider actually temporarily removing the big team battle challenges from the game. As a result of all of these issues,
Okay, I think I heard about because I initially thought that they were going to remove Big Team Battle from the game, not just the challenges, but the mode itself. So apparently they didn't do that, because, again, I stopped playing Halo Infinite after, like, a certain point. Because, you know... I don't know, just... I fell out of love with the game. I think I did return, because I made a number of videos. So maybe I just didn't play Big Team Battle, maybe I focused on, like, other modes. But, yeah, I did... Actually, no, that was... All this, I don't know when all this happened.
compounded with the lack of content, slow progression, egregious monetization, and so on, player numbers nosedive at breakneck speed. Also, because of that lack of server region selection, you're forced to play in your own continent, somewhere like Australia or Asia, where there's not too many people playing Halo.
Yeah.
Unlucky. You'll be on that.
I mean, every like demographic, like every country demographic has their own sort of like go-to game, right? So for example, like, you know, people in the like, US most likely going to play like games like Call of Duty and, you know, other games like that, where somebody in Asia will probably play a different type of game. Different countries have different favorite games, different go-to games. I forget the chart. I'm not gonna look it up right now, but yeah, there's a chart actually that was I think it was 2019 that showed like the favorite games for different nations by population. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm probably not describing it right, but yeah, there's a graph like that out there.
Search screen for a while. So yeah, things are starting to look a little rocky. But hey, it's live service. 343 have said that Infinite is the platform for the next decade of Halo.
Yep.
So they'll fix it right up. Just
Will
like they
they?
did with Halo 5. Fans tell themselves.
Again, if only it were so simple, because, dude, Halo 5 was just like... The game was busted at launch. They dumped a load of content on us in 2016. They're like, have at it. You could thank us later. But yeah, like Infinite, it just seems like they're slowing down. It seems like, you know, that summer of 2016 just was kind of their I don't know how to describe it, but that was just like their one thing. They just decided to dump that content. They're like, probably not going to do this again, but, you know, let's just you know, give our player base that much needed content boost. And yeah, like ever since then, it's just kind of been rocky.
It was gonna be okay.
Halo Infinite's live service.
While there would be events with new cosmetics sprinkled about here and there, Season 1 of Infinite is set to last a whole 6 months. So players are strapped in.
Oh shoot, yeah, it was May. It wasn't like April or whatnot. It was May when like the next season would launch. Oh, they extended that through like... Oh my god, I remember that, dude. That was rough.
Content for a while. But in February 2022, they tell us they're trying to fix the server desync issues.
I'm trying.
And Halo veteran Joe Staten says they're hard at work with a big, meaty roadmap coming up soon.
Yeah.
We wait.
Like, as time progressed, I really came to hate roadmaps. Like, I don't know. like Fallout 76's roadmap when it had one, I could kind of understand that, but at the same time, you know, it was just as I saw more and more games have their roadmaps, I didn't decide, but you know, I always thought to myself, this is really grown. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. It's a scam number. Okay, yeah, never mind. But yeah, like I was talking about roadmaps. Fallout 76 was like one of the ones that I kind of didn't really hate, but as time progressed, you know, as I saw more games have roadmaps, it just became really tiring, and like seeing Halo Infinite have their roadmap was kind of just like, that was just the way I felt.
And wait. Literal months go by, and we see only a few updates with various bug fixes, a couple of events with some cosmetics, and a few more store rotations.
Hey, what the oh, okay. You're not just gonna slip that one under the rug. Okay. You ain't just gonna slip that under the rug like nobody saw it.
Months go by, and we see only a few updates with various bug fixes, a couple of events with some cosmetics.
Oh my
and a few
god.
more.
You sly dog. Oh god. I will never buy a Halo Infinite store item. Oh, I know a few people that definitely would. That definitely would shell out some money for that.
Or store rotations, which are now a bit more fairly priced at least. The networking remains horrendous. It's looking a little bit quiet on the Infinite front, but no worries. In the meantime, we have a $90 million Halo TV show coming out in March.
Oh, god damn it. Oh my god. The TV show. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna watch that video today. Probably maybe tomorrow, but bro. Oh, dude. Season 1 was freaking horrendous, man. Like, oh my god. Like, if you haven't seen the Halo TV show, please watch the Actman's video on, you know, the first season of it, because I don't want you to subject yourself to actually watching that garbage. God, we waited like since MCC for a Halo TV show, and we get it. And it's just the worst thing on God's green earth. We shouldn't have to have subjected ourselves to that, but some of us did. I didn't, because I didn't, you know, didn't have Paramount Plus, but God, dude. Oh my lord, like, Christ's sake, dude.
The biggest gaming TV show ever to release at this point. This will be good. It's not good.
It's
Master
not.
Chief has been replaced with Master Cheeks, the man who removes
Yep.
a piece of clothing
Yep.
each episode.
Yep.
And it
Yep.
also looks very and a few
Oh my god. Bro, out of all the adaptations, Halo just had to, you know, continue the status quo of, you know, most video game adaptations absolutely doing horrendously. Given the fact this was live action too. Oh my god. Bro, I would have... Dude. Halo Legends had a lot more respect than this show does. And like, that was like the Halo anime, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like, it's... Bro. Why can't more shows, like, why can't more adaptations just be like, you know, League of Legends with Arcane? Like, why can't it just be like that? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. You had the chance to make this something great, and you done goofed. You done goofed, my guy.
Insufferable characters, and yeah, that's enough of that. Of course, there's no integration of this massive series in Halo Infinite besides a message of the day, some emblems, and a gun charm.
Yep. They decided to play it off by making it, you know, the silver timeline, you know, like silver team. It's just, bro, it's the lousiest excuse that some people make for the show being that bad. Like, genuinely. People excuse that because they say, oh, it's a different timeline. It's not the main timeline. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The show is terribly written. It sucks. Like, I don't understand, dude.
Eventually, 343 actually do fix Big Team Battle in March, and still in the midst of this massive content drought, on the 5th of April, they have an announcement. Gentlemen,
my dog is barking. That's what's triggering my PNG. I apologize. You could probably hear it.
a Halo cookbook. Recipes.
What poor taste this was, like, releasing this when your game is like bugs to crud. Hey, dude, you should have seen the tweet that they put out with this cookbook. I think, like, they hyped up what they were doing, and then they just introduced the cookbook and just, like, removed any sort of, like, faith that, you know, this game... I don't know, man. It just hurts just looking at this, putting this into perspective. Like, I don't understand why they made this choice.
From across the galaxy.
Why they made the choices that they made, but, you know...
Why is the front cover a picture of churros, a sandwich, and fish and chips? Naturally, players are overcome with excitement. But on the 23rd of April, we finally get the roadmap stated promised back in January. And it's looking dismal. Turns out Season 3 will be delayed by 3 months, meaning...
Yep. What else did you expect?
Season 2 is 6 months long as well, and co-op is delayed along with it.
Yep.
It's May 3rd, and Season 2 releases.
Yeah.
Offers a new battle pass with 2 armor cores,
Oh my
2
god, my
maps,
dog is just
new
freaking
game
out,
modes,
dude.
and some bug fixes. There's also a new narrative event. However, that turns out to be a half-assed 3-minute cutscene.
Yep.
The new armor pieces and
Yes, it
effects
did.
are perfectly executed and completely aligned. Anyway, throughout Season 2, we get a few more developments. On June the 14th, 343 adds a Black Lives Matter emblem to the game. One problem, the actual name of it is Bonobo.
Oh no. Oh, I forgot they did this. Oh my god. Oh no. That is so racist. That is so offensive. Oh my god. Bro, they... How tone deaf, dude. How absolutely tone deaf could you have possibly been? Oh, I'm going to hell for laughing at that. I legitimately am. Bro. Oh my god, bro. I can't believe that they actually did that.
In June, 343
Bro.
announces drop pod updates. These would be monthly quality of life patches and would build towards full cross-core in the future. 343
Yeah, they released crosscore. They did do that. Thank God again.
updates us on their work to fix desync, which is still rife.
Our goal is to get into a monthly cadence of a drop pod a month.
Even though it was
Drop pod a month,
monthly
huh?
thing, the next drop pod comes out 2 months later, in August. Drop pods are canned entirely by September.
Ooh, that's kind of small.
Yeah, they didn't do that. They didn't do it justice. They didn't keep their word. You know, it's kind of like me. I say I'm gonna stream, like, I say I'm gonna stream when I do. I don't. So me and 343 do have something in common. We don't keep our words. That's good to know.
In July, a Redditor discovers a glitch. Apparently, when in Infinite's menus, the game downloads the new season's banner image about 2,000 times, wasting almost 2 gigabytes of data. But
why would you? I don't get that. Why would you need to download an image 200 plus times? It doesn't make any sense.
Fast forward to September 1st, and we get more info on that juicy Season 3, which is supposed to be launching in a couple of months' time. 343 pulls up a chair and returns with one of their iconic announcements. Gentlemen, please, take a seat. Listen, we know this next season was already delayed by 3 months, but here's the thing. It's now 6, because it's delayed again. Also, that local split screen
Oh my god, bro. Oh, it's gonna get worse.
We've been working on for months and promised years ago, permanently canned.
To this day, I still can't believe that they did this. I still can't believe that they... Bro, it just... Oh, oh my god, that's... Since Halo 5, this was promised. Split-screen co-op campaign was something that was promised. In leading up to Season 3, it just got permanently axed. It's gone. It's just no hope of ever playing this game in the same room as your loved one. Gone. Reduced to atoms. It's insane to me. It should be insane to you too. Like you promised something, and you couldn't deliver. Like there's a whole lot of that went around. Because, you know, Overwatch 2 again, which, you know, I'm not going to speak that much about because I don't want to get banned. But yeah, it's super sad, dude. Like, I know so many people that wanted to play this with their loved one, like, sibling, you know, lover, whatnot. Can't do it now because, you know, 343 said no. I don't know, dude. It's just... It sucks. It sucks to think about.
So Season 3 is moved to March of next year, meaning Season 2 is 9 months long.
Yep.
A week later, it's also revealed that a bug in the game allows you to glitch into local split screen, and it works almost flawlessly.
What?
Even on Xbox One.
Bro, I literally forgot this. I literally forgot that there was a way to actually play split screens in Halo Infinite. Like, flawlessly. There was a way to do it. It does work. But you cancel it for, like, you officially cancel it for God knows what reason. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand.
They also announce a beta for Matchmaking XP. A beta for Matchmaking XP.
A beta for a feature that should have been in the game from the very beginning. God, this game was just taking nothing but L's, like, in 2022. Like, nothing but consistent L's. I can't believe that the game actually is starting to rebound after sinking so low. I don't even think it's rebounding properly. I think it's just like, it's not going straight up like it could have been. It's just like gradually going up and eventually like plateauing into a straight line down a little bit and then like continuously like going back up and just repeating that cycle. It's not properly rebounding after like so many consistent L's. It's again, it's sad to think about.
What? Again, people are pissed.
Yep.
Massive YouTubers are saying Infinite is beyond saving, with some even questioning Halo as a whole.
Yep. I saw this video from him. I saw this video from Actman. God, dude, it sucked seeing like a game that you know made me the person I am today sink so low to, you know, the point where people are making videos questioning like the questioning, you know, if this series can continue on after, you know, being the way it is for so long. It's just really sad to see, sad to think about. Oh my god, bro, like dude, I wanted this game to be good. Like, so many people wanted this game to be good. And the fact is, they had so many opportunities, and they just took a hard left turn every single chance they got. Bro.
Microsoft finally wakes up from cryosleep. Seems people aren't too happy here. We're gonna have to step in.
Yep.
And on September 12th, Bonnie Ross has to step down, and 343's leadership is restructured. After 10 years of asking, Halo fans breathe a sigh of relief. Pierre Hintz will take over as studio head immediately, the guy who headed the overhaul for the MCC. This sounds promising.
Good.
September
Right choice,
13th,
Nick.
And 343 is so unorganized and behind on work, they've only just released their Easter and spring cosmetics in the store.
Yep.
This is a month before Halloween. Due to being so behind, there would be no Halloween cosmetic.
Wait. They waited till... Bro. They waited till Halloween. They were so behind on schedule that they couldn't put out the Halloween cosmetics. And instead replace them with Easter cosmetics that should have been out, like, in April. When Easter was actually... Oh my god, bro, no shot. No shot that they actually... Oh my god, bro.
Again that month, 343 comes out with a big worldwide reveal. Announced for the end of the month. Fans get excited. Theories are everywhere. Was it an early Forge release? Cross-core? Desync finally fixed? Well, no.
No.
It's a teaser for a remake of a Halo 3 map. Made in...
The pit, yes, that was the map. That was the map that I saw. Oh my god, bro, like, I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. They put, you know, this map in, they put the pit in. Halo Infinite. Great. Moving on. But, yeah, dude, like, just... Again, so underwhelming, dude. Like, they could have actually made something, like, made an announcement that was worth half a damn, but apparently chose not to. How sad.
Alien Forge. Fair to say, fans want to.
Yep.
8th of November 2022, and the winter update releases. A whole...
Yeah, came out, like, a day after my birthday. Because my birthday is November 7th. So, I guess it was just like I guess it was, you know, a delayed gift, but it is what it is.
A year after the game had come out, and online campaign co-op finally releases, along with the ability to
Not gonna, I actually did like the cosmetics that came out of the winter update. Like, I got the OG Mark V helmet. Which, you know, was something you could have unlocked through the Heroes of Reach update. Or season, I should say. Yeah, they gave away a lot for free. So, it was a good update. For somebody that doesn't buy battle passes, yeah, I genuinely enjoyed that.
replay missions. We also get a small battle pass and the Forge beta releases.
Yep.
And to be fair, it's actually really good. This time round, Forge has essentially gone beyond building maps, and is basically now a mini version of what 343 used to actually make the game. Naturally, the creations are impressive. This, along with the custom games browser that launches in December.
Yeah, dude, somebody made a version of Firefight before, 343 did, and it was actually really good. Because, yeah, you were able to actually use campaign AI in Forge creations, so... Which, to be fair, I feel like that should have always been something ever since, like, Reach, but they never actually implemented that into the game. They had to, oh my god. I swear to god, these dogs are insane. I just lost my train of thought because of Bork. Yeah.
Gives Infinite amazing custom games potential. But about that custom games browser, it's massively broken. Try to join a game and you'll likely get an infinite loading screen. If you do actually get in, chances are your ping will be stratospheric.
I want to say that Halo 5 had like a similar issue, because Halo 5 had the same sort of like game browser thing for custom games. See, I want to say that they had the same issue, but at the same time, I think, it was less catastrophic than this. But I don't know.
There's also no option to join custom games browser lobbies with friends. Then there's the remade Halo 3 map. All armor cores are now free, visors are now cross-core, network desync improvements, and more bug fixes. Overall, a pretty good update. However, in total, after a year since release, we'd had a total of 4 new maps, some new game modes, a beta for Forge, the ability to replay campaign missions, 1 new full battle pass, the start of cross-core, and a beta for experience points.
Very, very underwhelming. That goes without saying.
It took a while, but Infinite was actually starting to resemble a ready-to-release game. However,
it should have been that. Again, I'm going to say this. It should have been that way from the very beginning. Like, if that took, if that took actually delaying the game, but for another year, I would prefer that than getting spoon-fed content, like, over the course of, like, several months. I would prefer that, because at least we would have gotten something that resembled a finished product. It just, like, Halo Infinite is just, like, really... was just, like, really underwhelming at launch. And... God... It's freaking dogs again. I'm losing my train of thought because they're barking so goddamn loud. Jesus Christ. I swear to God. Okay, we'll just move on.
Missing. Here's a taste. Firefight, Infection, a match composer, full cross-core, server region selection, and a career stats page. Theatre remains completely broken to this day.
It's still not that bad to me, to be completely honest. This just might be, a case-by-case basis, as I said before. Some people could have issues, like, other people won't, but I don't really have that big of an issue with theater mode still.
Despite the promising new features and actual content now coming out for the game, player numbers remain catastrophic. As a result, the custom games browser dies within a couple of months, going down to about 3 pages of lobbies in Europe in February 2023. That's a total of about 30 lobbies. It's clear, the game was woefully underperforming, and in January 2023, Microsoft gathers an assembly. That was it. The hammer was coming down, and 343 is hit with a massive wave of layoffs. Now, Microsoft is laying off talent from almost all of their studios, but 343 is apparently hit hard. According to an insider, almost 50% of the studio is axed. Tom.
That would have been. Excuse me. But yeah, that was like. In hindsight now, I feel like that was the proper decision to make. Like, why keep people that have been underperforming for like ever since this game was released, like throughout this game's short life cycle. Why keep people that have held this game back from being something it should have never been? Like, it should have been much better. Like, it was because a lot of these people that were laid off were essentially incompetent. They couldn't properly do much. This might sound really mean, but they couldn't stand up to the challenge. They couldn't properly deliver. I'm sorry. If this, yeah, I lost words.
Tom French, Infinite's multiplayer creative director, had also left a month before. Infinite's art director a few months before him. Both had been at 343 since the beginning. The director of art management is also fired, along with 30 of his department. Even Joe Staten is removed from 343. The studio currently looks like it's imploding, and people are questioning if there'll ever even be another Halo game at this point. So much
yeah,
so, 343 has to
it was not looking well.
Come out with a statement reassuring us that there'd be more Halo games. We're fine, guys. Totally fine. Despite 343 promising at least 3.
Dude. The only saving grace for this franchise is like Bungie, but the thing that's keeping Bungie away is, well, PlayStation, because PlayStation bought out Bungie for like God knows how much, and unfortunately, we may never get that reunion.
3 more seasons. Infinite's outlook isn't great, and 343 is now looking 3 for 3.
Yep.
So what actually happened? Well, the behind the scenes for Infinite's horrendous outcome is still largely up in the air. However, based on insider reports and leaks, we do have an idea. First off, Halo 5's campaign set up Halo 6 to be based on a war against AI. But when players absolutely detested Halo 5's story, 343 decided to scrap it and go in another direction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still debating on whether or not that was a great choice to make, considering the fact that, like, like, people are now, as people, like, are just, God, I don't know how to say it, but, like, people are just, like, turning around their statements saying that, Halo Infinite's campaign was underwhelming. Like, it was mediocre. It wasn't as great as they initially claimed it was, or as other people say it is. To me, Halo Infinite's campaign is just, like, it's still alright. It's not perfect, but, it's alright. But, yeah. It would have been interesting to see how the Halo 5 story would have continued if they went along with that. Halo 5 was a train wreck. Don't get me wrong. Campaign was garbage. There were other problems with it, but it would have been interesting to see how that story continued. Like, genuinely.
Meaning a whole new story had to be written from the ground up. This takes time, and at some point in 2019, the game undergoes a complete reboot, and everything is scrapped and built from the ground up. Throughout that same year, a flurry of people are leaving the studio, with 343's art director leaving in March, Infinite's lead producer leaving in August, and its creative director in October.
Yeah, I remember those people stepping out, and I was like, yep, goodbye Infinite. Like, how are you gonna come back from, how are you going to realistically come back from this? Like, bro, a lot of the core people behind this project are gone. Like, they've left the company. I don't really know what the future holds for this game, or if the 10-year plan is still going to like go forward. But yeah, future's looking rough.
Not exactly a smooth development so far. Then there's the actual structure of the company. See, lots of 343's staff are contractors, especially for technical work. Microsoft hires these contractors to save money, because if they stay longer than 18 months, they get employee benefits and higher pay. Can't be having that. This process is a terrible idea for a game dev studio for a ton of reasons.
I'm kind of retarded.
But here's two. One, it leads to newly contracted devs spending a ton of time learning everything from scratch and catching up to whatever the last guy was doing.
Yeah,
the engine.
That's a big problem with bringing in new people. Like, it's because they don't know what to do. They need to learn like a lot of like with these. They need to learn like a lot of the ins and outs of the game, like the project itself. They need to put it into practice. They need to apply what they're best at and just hope for the best, because like, yeah, that's the problem with bringing on new people to a project. They're going to just like wander around being like, so what do I do? That's the thing. That's the thing about bringing on new people. It's just like they won't know how to actually do the thing.
Halo has been using the Blam engine since Combat Evolved back in 2001. This is
That's what it's called?
Engine. So first off, the contractors need to spend time learning how to actually use it before they can get to work. Also, turns out that before the development of Infinite, 343 decided to invest a massive amount of time, money, and effort into giving this engine an upgrade. Get this, using a ton of temporary contractors. Naturally,
yeah, that don't sound good.
Slipspace engine is rumoured to be hot dog shit because it's been taped together between random devs coming in and out of the studio. And now, after it's finished, no one can actually work the thing, because everyone that built it is gone. With the engine...
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot with that one. Like, you got rid of the people that made the engine, and you're surprised that nobody you bring in now knows how it works. What did you expect? I mean, there are rumors that, Halo Infinite's going to be brought over to, like, Unreal 5, but I don't know how they're gonna do that. Don't know how they're gonna do that, because, like, deconstructing the game as it is, building and, like, rebuilding it on Unreal, that's gonna take a lot of time. A lot of effort. Don't know how they're gonna do that. The alternative is, figure out the Slipspace engine, like figure out how it ticks, how you can make these sorts of innovations to it, and how to actually work the bloody thing. Because, my God, that is rocket science apparently to these people.
Engine essentially now unworkable. People at 343 struggle to add or fix the game because they don't even understand their own engine anymore.
Nope.
Then there's the rumoured lack of competent management and effective decision making, combined with too much ambition. All of this ultimately leading to a lot of useless work being produced from a constant stream of new employees. Eventually, when crunch hits, the only way to finish the game was to cut everything that wasn't desperately needed.
Yep.
The result is what we see in the masses of cut content, which are still in the files. 2020.
God, dude, like... Shoot, man, that... Like, a lot of this would have been so cool if it was made into the final version, dude. Like, jeez. Thing is, we're probably not gonna get DLC at this rate, because, apparently nobody knows how to work the friggin' engine.
They've now been working on some form of Infinite since 2016, and have a somewhat working product. and now it's time for E3. Naturally, the reaction to 2020's reveal is awful, and Microsoft are forced to bring in the big guns. Joe Staten is brought in a year before release to make sense of the steaming pile of horseshit currently at 343's feet. But a year later, and through hard graft, they'd finally get the game out in one piece. And against all odds, people seem to love it. However, post-launch, and there are development problems here too. See, historically, 343 have relied on a couple of companies to help with post-launch content. So
Yeah, I would imagine that they would definitely need to, because they've struggled to, you know, piece together content for quite some time. Ever since Halo 4, they've struggled with this. I just don't know how they haven't gotten it together since then. Like, Halo 4 came out in 2012. So they've had so much time to actually, you know, develop their skills, like, get better in some sense, and I don't know what the hell they did in like that massive time span. 10 plus years, dude. Yeah, wow, okay.
Certain Affinity, who currently have their hands full with a rumoured battle royale for Halo, and Sperasoft,
Which turns out to not be coming. I think, you know, for better or for worse, got scrapped. And like, personally, I don't really, you know, feel like Halo needs a BR aside from the weapon itself. I feel like it just needs to like be more, to be be more innovative in a good way. Like, not be innovative in a way that's not detrimental to the game, to the game's overall state of being itself. Which, you know, I don't know how they're gonna do that at this juncture, but
who they'd outsource a ton of the post-launch maps to. Small problem here. See, Sperasoft is a Russian company, and in February 2020...
oh yeah, the big Ukraine-Russia kerfuffle. Yeah, that's not great.
Russia decided to invade a neighbouring country.
Mm-hmm.
The Russian invasion is slightly controversial, and causes sanctions and...
which, you know, is why I'm not going to... That's why I'm just going to let this guy speak on it, and I'm not going to speak myself, because, you know, my political opinions are my own, and I will not share them if I do not feel the need to.
the halting of a lot of partnerships between firms in the West and Russia, meaning no more work for Sperasoft.
Yep.
But it was fine.
That's definitely Also, hang on. Wasn't Stalker 3 developed by a Ukrainian company, and they had to move... No, yeah, they had to move like all their employees and like all their work to a studio in Poland to actually finish up with that game. I don't know if... I think Stalker 3 might already be out, but yeah, that was rough when it happened, because like they were like, the studio behind Stalker 3 was like completely uprooted, and they had to, you know, scramble to Poland to actually have a chance in hell of finishing their work, which, you know, is like the which, you know, in my opinion, probably would have been the least of their problems, because, you know, there's an entire war going on in your country of residence, which, yeah, I'm not going to speak more on it. I'm just going to let this play out.
343 itself would create the bulk of post-launch content, right? Well, no. Apparently, instead of creating new content for the game, a ton of devs were making prototypes in Unreal Engine and pitching ideas for new Halo games instead. A lot of these devs have apparently since been laid off. With 343,
I think they saw the future. Like, I think they had like a clear vision of the future, and it wasn't bright at all. They were looking to actually just move past like Halo Infinite, and just look ahead to a brighter future. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It just doesn't bode well to me, because I feel like this it's just a mess, dude. It's just like, dude, Halo Infinite needs to be studied for like generations to come on like how a game studio can fumble so much, and yet their game is like still active in a sense.
3's new leadership, they now actually are ditching the slip space engine, which they'd spent 4 years building.
Yeah, they're moving to Unreal. Yep. I don't know when that's gonna happen per se, but it's gonna happen. It's been confirmed. So yeah.
So at this point, it's been almost 2 years since Infinite's release, and it's been a somewhat bumpy
Pretty sure
ride.
3 now.
In January, it's confirmed there's been no story DLC being worked on, meaning we're left on a massive cliffhanger.
Yep, that's unfortunate. I guess we're waiting for the sequel, boys. Don't know when that's gonna be, don't know where that's gonna be. But you know, it's gonna be a sequel.
For years. And like pretty much every update that came before it, Season 3 brings a lot of new problems, including tanking performance, increased desync, and now a bug where in-game settings are randomly reset every time you log in.
Bro, that happened. Oh my, that happened to me. Like, dude, I have a keyboard and mouse, right? I have a keyboard and mouse. I played Halo Infinite on keyboard and mouse, you know, when I still played it. Bro, tell me why my settings, because to throw grenades or like melee, I use buttons on the side of my mouse. Like there were these 2 buttons on the side of my mouse, dude. Tell me why they got unbound, and like why I couldn't, like, dude. It was. I swear to God, man. This game just continues to amaze me in all the wrong ways.
Cross-core camos have been introduced, however, they're $14 a pop.
Yeah, that's not good.
From launch till now, Infinite's player base has tanked from 260 to 8k on Steam. Even with the latest season having dropped at the time of recording, Infinite sits at the 18th most played game on Xbox. But with big things apparently still in the works, like a battle royale, new weapons and vehicles, forgeable AI, firefight, and almost 30 new maps.
Whenever those are coming.
Let's go, that's class!
And with a new leadership structure at 343, a few fans hold out hope that what comes out the other end will be better. But with a switch to Unreal, alongside the reshaping of the entire studio, it looks like Halo will be out for a while.
Yeah, it's a real damn shame to say, but I think that might very well be the case. Yeah. That just, wow. It's sad to see a game series that I enjoy so much be reduced to this. I'm gonna link you guys a video. But yeah, dude, just, bro. It's just like, it's depressing, man. It really is.